All right. Let's wrap that one up so it's not spreading oil everywhere. What up, Mr. Grass? How you doing, bro? Thanks for coming in, man. I know I'm a little late tonight, but I got sidetracked. So I did come out yesterday, and I came out this morning and finished up my oil on these cutting boards. So after we make a little sawdust, we will excuse me. We will put the board butter on. Yeah. In just a moment, I'll show you what they look like here without board butter. This is just oil. Right? It's just oil. This is the bigger one. So there's what we look like. Right? Trying to get this in the light so you can actually see it. And then there's the bottom. There we go. Oh, no, I definitely wasn't, Papa. I appreciate you coming in. Hey, thanks, Robert. What's happening, Slacker? Came out twice. I knew that was a beard. Fucking hell. Wood looks pretty. Thanks, Bex. So I came out yesterday and oiled the I flipped them, oiled the bottoms, left them sit. I came out this morning, oiled the or flipped them and re-oiled the tops. So the tops got technically 3 coats of oil. But the third coat was just a really light coat because it didn't really need it, and it's not going to soak in really any more than it already is. So we will put the board butter on those, and we'll put the feet on them here a little later. Yeah, it is a pretty decent deal. I'm actually going to look at them this weekend and see. I might order some. I hate to order wood online, but I mean, it is what it is. Also, Robert, Papa, Bex, Sergeant Grass. All right. I appreciate you guys for coming in. All right. I don't know if I said that to you or not. All right. So we are going to cut these off. Ooh. I'll throw it on the floor. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and clamp this to the table so it doesn't move around. So I can cut these with my rotary thing. My zippity doodah thing over here. All right. Give me some coffee. Ooh, that's hot. It's good coffee. Oh, I wanted to clamp this. How you guys doing tonight? Anybody doing anything fun, exciting, dangerous? I mean, come on, you guys got to be doing something. We're just going to clamp it like that. No, I better put a second one on so it doesn't spin on me. It's not that it really matters. I just don't want it to be pushed away. I don't want to be chasing. I don't want to be chasing this thing around while I'm trying to cut these corners off. Hey, Rapture. Thank you. Appreciate that. Hey, country, how you doing? Kareem, you know what? The best option or best advice I can give you is do it. Just do it. Yeah, lots of fun. Is there a roller coaster the last couple of days? I get it. I understand. I mean, I don't know what you're going through, but life's always a bitch, one aspect or another. You ever need to talk, man? You got my number. Um, but yeah, Kareem, the best advice I can tell you is to just do it. Hey, anytime if you need any advice, any help, this community is really good at giving ideas, giving tips, tricks, advice, all kinds of stuff. I mean, see how the flag case is turning out? It's turning out pretty good. I will hopefully be taking it in with me tomorrow, dropping this one and that one off to get the glass cut for them, and then I will get to finish it this weekend. Um, that one, all I have to do is put the glass in and ship it out. It's the other one for Michael. This one, I've got to do some finish work, and I got to make the backer and stuff. Um, but I won't do a final sand on it. I mean, when I get it back, I'm going to have to final sand it because I'm not putting any finish on it or anything. Because I want them to get the glass. So I'm not going to do any router work. I'm going to round the corners. I'm going to, sand up my marks from this, and that'll be about all I do to them or to it until I drop it off. That way, if it gets nicked, I'm not upset about it. Yeah, woodworking. We try. We try. That's a bitch. Just got to keep going, right? Was that fish that said, just keep, just keep swimming? All right, I'm gonna stand in front of you guys here for a moment. Apologize for that. All right, now we're gonna. Now I can cut these ones. I don't know if you guys can see anything. What's up, Sam Art? How you doing? Don't worry for finding Nemo, right? The right tools make it easier. Hell yeah! I love this thing. I never used to use it. Now I'm like, man, this thing is great. It's great. So the astute among you will notice that these do not come all the way up to the peak here. That is because I was using little scrap pieces that I had because I like the coloring of them and scrap pieces. And I'm rounding them over anyway. It's getting a good round over. So it's not a huge deal. All right. Let us flip this up. Well, I don't know. I guess we can do it this way so you guys can actually see. I don't know if anybody's interested in it, but I mean, you guys are here. Figure you might want to see stuff. Hi, baby kisses. How you doing? What's up, plywood? Uh, wind. Hey, I remember you. Uh, cabin. I'm going to call you Cab. So appreciate you guys for coming in. Thank you. Hey, thanks, Wind. I appreciate that. Hey, what's up, Shoop? How you doing? Thank you for that. That's awesome. Did I miss Baby Kisses? Is she in here? Which one's Baby Kisses? Oh, Wind, your Baby Kiss. Okay, well, that makes much more sense. I was trying to figure out where that name came from. I see it everywhere, and I don't see Baby Kisses anymore. All right, I'll try to remember that. Thanks, Baby Kisses. I appreciate you. All right. So, as you can see, this does, well, maybe you can't, but this does scratch up. It doesn't gouge, but it does scratch up the wood pretty good using it because I'm pushing it flat, right? The teeth don't, they do come out the side a little bit, but not by much. So I'm not overly concerned. So I wouldn't use this particular tool if you were not doing some sanding afterwards, but that's neither here nor there. It does get the job much easier. All right, so that's the ugly side. We don't need to look at that side. These are the sides that we want to see. Here, can you see how in the light how this is all kind of weird? That, by the way, is one of the things that happens happens to me all the time. If I don't use my mat and I have this, stuff sitting down here and I'm sanding and then I flip it and that part's rubbing on the table, there'll be these tiny little high spots everywhere or a glue glob that I missed, and it'll end up doing stuff like that to my, like that, like shining it up. But we'll fix that with sanding. It's not a big deal. I said we're gonna do a good round over on here anyway. We're gonna do a good round over on the corners. And I think we're gonna go ahead and do that right now because, well, why not? I know nobody likes to watch sanding. Listen, I get it. I don't want to force anybody to watch sanding, but I have to sand. So if I've got to suffer, you guys might as well suffer a little bit too, right? What's up, mainly? Hi, Paul. How you doing? Going live tonight at 8 Central? Awesome. Is it a flag box? Yes, it is. This will be the back. This is the front. It's going to have stationary glass. There will be a maple, it'll look like this, rim holding the glass in, and the back panel will be what is used to load the flag. There will also be, here in the center, I have to make it yet, but here in the center, there'll be we're going to do a little bit of a router notch, and we're going to engrave a little plaque and put it in the center. Instead of making this really thick and engraving the edge, I felt like the plaque would be better. It was a design choice. I mean, hopefully it turns out the way it looks in my head. Fingers crossed. I will have to make a jig for that. That will not be something that I want to freehand. I will at least need to use guides and stuff. But, all right. If you guys, I know I say this every stream, all right? I'm sorry. If you guys want to use the same paper I do, you can go to seriousgrit.com and put in Elegant Woodcraft, all caps, one word, and you get 10% off, which is a great deal, I think. Hell, I used it. I'm gonna get myself 10% off that whole pile. And they don't just have the purple is ceramic. They don't just have ceramic. They got sandpaper for everything. Painter's tape on the back of the blade won't scratch the wood. Yeah, probably. You'd still probably get the polish effect, just from the friction. But you're right. Painter's tape on it would help prevent it. But as long as I'm not doing anything like deep gouges, I'm good with it because I have to sand anyway. Sorry, I wanted to eat a penguin. All right. I know this sucks. All right. Bear with me. I got to do some sanding. And I'm hoping that I can just go right to 220 grit and call it a day. I may have to drop down to like 180. But we will see. And then we're going to put board butter on those and put the feet on. So those can be done. And I can deliver them tomorrow. Saying he's the best table out of, or on the wood itself. Yeah, I can see that. It'll fit your hand, but a coon dog ate the rubber. Small grip. Oh, this the DeWalt sander is a pretty. I mean, I don't have giant hands, right? But it does. I mean, I usually also don't hold it here. I hold it more like this more often. And I'll kind of run my pinky across the wood. I don't know why. It's just the way that, like, I got my pinky is on the wood. I don't know why. It's weird. It's just something I've always done. But all right, I'm gonna do some quick sanding. We're gonna see if I can just go 220 and get rid of everything here. If I got to drop it down a little bit. All right. Much to your wife's dismay. I am sorry, Mrs. Pilato. All right, guys. Feel free to chat amongst yourselves. I'm just gonna make a mess here. I'll be right back with you. That's going to take a month of Sundays with the 220. So we're going to drop down to probably 120 for the roughing of these edges. I was going to run them through the sander or the table saw, but I can do it with the sander. Hey, terrific Tom, how you doing? I'll have to find a good parking lot. Nice. Pretty black walnut. Thank you. Yeah, I do sometimes. But I have to do something different with my shop vac. It plugs the filter too quick. So for now I'm just using this thing. I'm not doing a whole lot of sanding, so I'm kind of oh, in fact I should turn on my fan over here. That'll at least clean out the air. All right. Be right back. Hi, Steph. I've seen you in here. I just said hi to you in my head. That'll look really nice. We'll sand that with 220. All right, I'm gonna hit this. We will hit that with 220. Then as a special treat for you guys, since you're hanging out watching me sand, we'll spray the pretty top with alcohol so you can see that. All right, I'll switch over to 220, sand those corners down. Shape the corner. Okay. I will probably refine that a little bit more after I get it back with the glass. I do have a little bit of fill up here that I want to do. These ones are damn near perfect. There's one tiny little spot of fill there. When I do that, I will probably just, I don't know if the glue is going to look, they're really small gaps. So I probably could get away with glue and sand, kind of blend the black walnut in to the hole, little gaps. Thanks, guys. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. So, you guys want to see? There's our splines. They look actually pretty straight. They're small enough that even if they were a little bit of an angle, it wouldn't really matter. This is the really nice side. The other side's okay. There's our top. You see, I got this one little chip out right there. I got to take care of, and I got a couple of tiny little spots that I have to fill. So we'll take care of that later. A little bit there, a little bit there. The top ones are the ones that are the worst. And this is the other side on the top. That's the other bottom corner. We gave the bottom corner an easy round over. This, I'm hoping this, these little softer spots kind of blend in, but this is the bottom. It's going to be sitting on that. So once I put finish on it, but that's the way the front will look. Yep. All right, you guys want to see how it looks with some alcohol on it? Since you guys have been so patient watching me sand, we'll spray a little alcohol on it so you guys can see, get an idea what it'll look like when it's got finish on it. Let me kind of wipe this off. This is black walnut, so the grain does take sanding dust, kind of holds it. So I have to blow it off with the air gun, but alcohol is good. 100% it is. That's a rough approximation of what it'll look like. Minus the, that particular shine, but that's because of the alcohol. Just being wet. That's one side. And then the other side isn't quite as pretty as that. I failed on my wood selection. This is the other side. This one gets much darker. This one's kind of more normal toned. This one has this bit of figure in it. Yeah, this side is nice for the kind of simplistic beauty of black walnut. You got some of the colors up here from that piece, and then just general regular side. But this side is definitely my favorite. I wish I would have selected better and had the top just be this. That would have been ideal. But it is what it is. Like I said, nothing leaves my shop unless I'm absolutely happy with it. So there you go. There's your little treat since you guys hung out, watched me sand. Get to see it. Tiger Stripe Maple's pretty too. Yeah, it is. Thanks, guys. I appreciate that. Also partial to cherry. I am very partial to cherry. Cherry is my favorite wood to work with. I think it's the most beautiful wood. And it's a local wood. All right, I'm not going to fill these right now. I'm going to wait. I will fill them when I get them back. And I do my final sand and my router work because I'm going to soften this edge, the front and back edges. I don't like sharp edges. Sharp edges are easily damaged and they splinter, right? I like the feel of rounded edges. It feels smoother. It looks better, in my opinion. So that's pretty much that. I got to hand sand the inside, which won't be a big deal. And we will not put any finish on the inside. The inside will stay bare or plain. With something this small, I don't think we have to worry about wood expansion and movement. So I think we'll be fine. We don't have to worry too much about it. So, and it's pretty well locked in place now. It's not going anywhere. So the odds of it cupping, across the grain, cupping up or down, pretty slim. Huge white oak. Did your first try a quarter sawn? Hell yeah. You have chosen poorly. Yeah. that was that one guy who drank out of the wrong cup and his whole body melted, right? I love Indiana Jones. Rick, that's awesome, man. I've been looking to try to get a hold of some white oak. I have a chair, a rocking chair that I absolutely want to build, and I want to make it out of white oak. And then as soon as I decided I wanted to use white oak, we apparently had a white oak crisis around here. So, it is what it is. I'm also thinking that I'm going to put two little, if I'm not mistaken, this is going to sit on a mantle. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to fasten a couple of runners out of this curly maple here. And we're going to put two runners on here, equidistant from the edges. And that way it has like feet. All right. If I don't like it, I was only thinking maple because it's what everything else is. But I do have black walnut cutoffs from this that I can put and use as feet. So I won't leave them square. I'll mold them a little bit and make them pretty. But we'll see how that works out. Because that is curly, I wonder Ooh, do I have enough of this? This one's busted and too short. Damn. Wait. No, busted and too short. Nuts. And that's, I mean, that's too wide. It's not going to be that wide, but it'll be the width of, well, I don't know. Go about there. Right? And it won't be square. It'll be beveled. But it'll look similar to that. Hey, Lions, how you doing? Want to come pick some of it up? Huh. I might. I might pull out. Where you at? It's a big bed rack, right? This might give you a better idea of what the frame will look like. So, and I do like that I do like the curly maple look. So I will pull out some curly maple. I've got some right there. I can see it, and I will make my frame out of curly maple. Give it this little character without this mark here, but it'll be that all the way around, and I think that will tie in nicely. Only about 2,100 miles away. Listen, for some white oak. I don't know. Is it pretty white oak? Are they road trips? All right. Well, I mean, that is about it. So this weekend, I am going to start the kitchen island build. It's going to look really nice. Thank you, Rick. I appreciate that. But this weekend, we will start the kitchen island build. I should have these back. I might have them back tomorrow from the glass company or from the hardware store that does the glass. But I can't remember if the guy that does the other than square cuts, if he's there on Fridays or if he's only there like 2 days a week. So I'll have them back either tomorrow or next week, and then I can do my finish on them and get them shipped out. The other one is done already, as long as it doesn't get damaged. So this weekend we'll be starting the kitchen island build. But tonight we're going to shoot the breeze for a bit, and we're going to put some board butter on my cutting boards over here so I can get those done. Where am I located? I'm located in Northwest PA. Northwest PA. What's up, Runic? How you doing, buddy? Been off for a whole week? Hell yeah, Shoops. Hell yeah. Dan and the Chaos Twins on a road trip. I don't know. 2,100-mile road trip. Pick up some white oak. Depends on the white oak. It might be worth it. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to set this aside. I'm going to move it down to that end. I don't want to hide it or anything. I just want it to be out of the way. And I'm going to bring my boards up here so we can start the board butter on them. Okay. One. You guys will get to see how I apply board butter. Just literally just rubbing it in, letting it set up, letting the oil absorb out of the wax. And that's pretty much it. Wiping it off, polishing it up. All right, so I need a towel. And I just apply it with a regular old shop towel, blue paper towel. This is just chaos. What's up, Lions? How you doing? That easy? Well, right? I not say hi to Lions. I'm pretty sure I said hi to Lions. I don't remember. Hello, anyway. I do have to take a road trip down to Runic. Bernie, you got to text me about that wood. There's other stuff that I can pick up nearby. I just don't have price lists from those people. Like a trip down to Kentucky or Tennessee, or I don't remember where the fuck you are. Down south, some horrors. In the mountains, somewhere just north of the Banjos, I presume. Maybe you're south of the Banjos. I don't know. What's the banjo range? We'll do this. Ooch. Kentucky. Kentucky's the banjo range? That's fair. It's not in January. In and around. Copy that. All right. Oh, look at that, Steph. You need another tin of board butter. And you're getting a cutting board, so you'll get another tin of board butter. How convenient. You don't have to gob it on, but you do kind of want to make sure you're packing any open grain. Which the only real open grain on this is the black walnut. And then the letters. But letters, you don't want to, I mean, you kind of want to get the letters filled in, the engraving. You don't want to fill it in too much because then you're just going to have that color inside of your letters, your engraving. So you got to be able to work it. And if you go over it too much, you'll tear up your paper towel and leave bits of blue fabric or whatever paper in there. One of the tricks that I used to do was go over it with a hair dryer or a heat gun, kind of melt that wax, and it would absorb in. And I think that's what I'm going to do on this, so that there is no chance of them being filled with anything else. But you got to be careful because this is wax, so you don't want to put hot stuff on here, right? You just want to melt the wax in the lettering, because if you melt the wax out here, now you've got to do the entire thing or it'll look different. Okay, you either have to do the whole thing or be careful. Right? Don't put a steak on it after you get it off the grill. All right. I mean, do what you want, but you're gonna have to fix the finish. I didn't think about that. That was brought to my attention one day. Somebody I made one for slapped some steaks on it. I'm like, oh shit, I guess that makes sense. You got hot food and wax. Yeah, it's gonna melt the wax. That makes sense. Didn't think about it because I don't ever really throw anything on my cutting boards like that. I have plastic ones and stuff that I'll throw on. But it is something that I now know. I don't know that I can do anything about that. I can tell people how to fix it. Because once I found out about it, I experimented. The wax does have its limitations. It will waterproof. Have a good one, King. Cook food inside on a flat surface. Well, I mean, people like to kind of cut on it, and it kind of shows it off. Right? You got this nice, beautiful board, and you got this steak sliced on it. Like, I get it. But this particular finish is no good for that. You'd want to just use mineral oil without the wax. And I think you would have a much better time of it. Now, what we will do is before we do the front, we will pre-drill our holes, and we'll clean this off, this excess wax. We'll clean it off. We'll put our feet on. Then we will flip it. That way the feet are on the table and not the board. Oh, I hope I have 8 feet. Oh, goodness. I don't know. Let me look. Where are my cutting board feet? Yes, I've got 8 feet. All right, we're good. And I know I've got the screws that I use. I don't use the screws that came with it because they suck. They're super thin. They snap off. Piss me off. And then if I do go over this with a heat gun, I don't think I have it out here. I'll try to do it on video so you guys can see it. But truth be told, once you do the bottom of these boards, you don't typically have to do them again. Unless you're giving it a good wash, because you don't use the bottom of the board. All right, so the wax doesn't ever kind of go away. I mean, it'll wear a little bit over time, but if you put it on a rag or towel, a kitchen towel or something. Which is what I do. I don't put the board directly on my countertop. I put down a kitchen towel because I think juice grooves are ridiculous and a waste of time, and they ruin the look of a board. I think they're very inefficient at what they're doing. Like somebody said, if I'm cutting a slab of brisket and a juice groove that I put on this board stops all the juice, and I fuck that brisket right up. It was garbage, and I don't even want to eat it. Boy, I got way too much on there. Now, you do want to work this stuff around. It melts really easy, so just the friction of working it will melt it. Right? That's what you want. You don't want the wax to be like sitting on the surface. You want it to be sort of melted in a little bit. That's how you get your protection without that like weird waxy feel and look to it. Make sure your end grain is nice and full. Right? I'll usually put a little more on the end grains because I want to make sure I'm packing all those fibers. We're going to move that down. Like I said, it doesn't take much, and every one of my boards comes with a 3-ounce tin of board butter, and it lasts a while. I mean, unless you're doing all kinds of stuff with it, and then it might not last that long, but if you're putting it in your beard or using it as hand lotion or Home Alone lotion, whatever it is you're doing with it, then it might go quicker. You can shoot me an email and I'll sell you another can. If you're using it for home by yourself lotion, don't tell me. I don't want to know. And with this stuff, it does not matter how you put it on. You're not going to get brush strokes, okay? Rub it in. Do whatever. You're gonna buff it off anyway. Right? Just make sure you got good coverage. That's what's important. Honestly, the heavier you make it, or you're just wasting material, but it'll take longer for it to kind of set up. I do like to go over it when I got, fingerprints on it. Like I'm holding the edge of the board. So I like to go over it again, just as a quick kind of wipe. And you can see it's already starting to kind of soak in there. Look good. We're going to close this so I don't get any little bit of nonsense in it. I don't want any random sawdust getting in there and then rubbing it into a board. But here are both of our boards. Right here. This side is applied. We are going to wait. Like this side, you can see this one's a little less shiny. Excuse me. This is what we want. We want it to look less like this, where this is super shiny. All right. Such a filthy channel. What are 3 cases of your board butter? Make a standing order. Oh, Lord. Your protection has a weird waxy feel to it. Giggity. Hi, Coyote. How you doing? Thanks for coming in. I appreciate it. Such a severance around the edges. A little dirt won't hurt if you're putting it on the grill. Oh, good Lord. Hi, Mrs. S. How you doing? Thanks for coming in. I appreciate it. Filthy hubby wife won't even hug me till I shower. Good Lord. I love it. I love it. There's not very many places that you can have thinly veiled humor. What's up, Emily? How you doing? Thanks for coming in. All right, Pilato, have a good one, buddy. Can't wait to see your channel again. I haven't been getting any notifications. I gotta stop by there again because I think YouTube goes, well, you haven't looked at his videos in a little while, so apparently you're not interested anymore. Or maybe it's the name. It just doesn't like Pilato. Like Coyote there. Blocked Coyote's comment because of Pilato. Anyway, so you let these just sit. I can see that this one is getting much less shiny now. Right? It's starting to tone down on the shine. This one is, I mean, it's pretty well ready to go. But I'm going to leave it sit for a few more minutes. I'm going to have some coffee. Wipe the stuff off of my hands. Your first notification you got in a long time? Oof. I changed the time. I'm sorry, Emily. I apologize. I just got out of work. Now that you have an actual camera, I believe it. I believe it. The gimbal camera, the tracking camera I got, is a 4K camera. And I'm not sure that you get, well, I can do 4K or I can do 1080. And I'm thinking I'm gonna do 1080 because I don't know if you guys want to see the top of my head in 4K. Well, Emily, I appreciate you waking up early or staying up late, whatever the case may be, and hanging out. I appreciate it. I'm hoping you just woke up a little early and you're sitting there having some coffee before work. Can't be worse than the top of yours. Waking up, perfect. That's way better than staying up late. Is it staying up late or staying up early? I don't know. Semantics, I guess. Be looking at the top of my hat here in 4K, just picking out individual. Steph and Bex would screenshot that and send me a Snapchat of every gray hair circled and probably labeled as who did it, who gave me the gray hair, and when. So we're just letting this stuff sit. All right, for anybody who's new in here, we're letting this sit and absorb, and then letting it sit and absorb so that we can wipe it off, and then we're going to put our feet on it. Right, 4 feet on each, and they go just inside of the. I used to have a bracket, a jig that I would put on the corner, and I drill my pilot hole. All right, but I lost it somewhere while I was moving stuff around, and I really don't want to make another one. So they take a long way around fixing your bedtimes. Oof, I've done that a few times. 4K might be fun, of course it would. Saturday, I will not be live unless I get frustrated working on Atlas. I have blocked off all of Saturday for most of Saturday for working on Atlas. So, what up, Coffee? How you doing, buddy? Only the King Scorpion knows that. What? Oh, you talking about this? Single life era is over. Officially over. Sleep before the kids wake up or suffer the consequences. You will definitely be taking the long way around to fixing that sleep schedule. That's for sure. Or You'll fall asleep in the middle of the day, then wake up to a wrecked house. That's how I was. See how it is? See how Wood is? What I did. Oh, three. Listen, listen. Saturday? What about Saturday? Was I doing something else Saturday? Stay up late to make sure it goes to sleeps. Oh Lord. Thanks, Junior. I appreciate it. Be baking cookies all day, won't be able to babysit. Right? I'll be working on Atlas because I am this close on the timeline of getting Atlas to be interactive in the chat. Reality, that much is going to take a long time. Like I have the basics done. Now it's improving the basics and implementing new functionality. Where's your muffin? Steph gave me muffins yesterday. I picked up muffins. You want a muffin? I got some in my truck. They're raspberry white chocolate. They're pretty good. I'm sorry, Papa. Sorry, buddy. I fell behind on my Atlas programming, so I don't normally devote a day to sit on my ass. So I prefer cupcakes. What's up, Boondog? I'm still waiting. So, oh, for your muffins? Listen, if they I know for a fact that if I put one or both of them on my shipping account, everybody would have muffins and I'd be paying for them. Type in caps lock enough. I think my spouse will hear it. Maybe. Maybe. Muffins, please. Miss Coyote. Mrs. Coyote. I'm not sure how to. Yeah, Mrs. Coyote. I mean, it could be a Mr. Coyote. I have no idea. I'm just going to assume. I believe you have been summoned to make muffins. All right. So what we're going to do is I'm going to wipe off this one so we're not just standing around, right? When we stand around, people tend to lose interest, which is fine. But so right now, without wiping it off, it's very waxy. It's like touching a piece of wax paper, but worse because this wax will it melts in your hand. All right. So just the heat of your fingers will actually melt this. No, why do I want to pay? I don't want to pay for Papa's cupcakes or muffins. You commented on a pic in the community post. Nice. You know what's annoying? I don't get notifications about the community post. Or posts. I have to actually go there and look at it. I don't know if that's a thing that I didn't do properly or a notification I don't have set up right. Ooh, that's nice. And you can get yourself a nice glossy finish if you polish more. I'm not going to polish that much because I don't generally do that, but you can get yourself a nice glossy finish. Just remember, once you load your paper towel or whatever cloth you're using to wipe off the wax, once you load it up with wax, you're no longer wiping the wax off, you're just smearing it around more. So the heavier you put it on, the oh, Papa, how is your wife? I believe it was Papa. How's she doing? But the heavier you put it on, the more you're going to have to wipe off. Okay, so you get this nice feel. I do have a little bit. I've got to. Do you need some? Do you need some feel good muffins? Yes, I can have Steph send you some muffins. We'll next day air them to you. Should be coming home tomorrow. Yeah, that's it, Coyote. I go for a nice like satin sheen, and it's a cutting board. You don't want it to be super shiny. She's ignoring him. Hey, Dr. Feelgood. You probably don't want to call me Dr. Feelgood. So you can rub in the letters, bunch up your paper towel or your cloth, rub it in the letters. And if you want to clean them out a little bit, the engravings, whatever. Just remember, if your paper towel begins to shred, you're going to be leaving bits of paper towel in your engraving. Wait, baby kisses. Are you Mrs. C? Are you Mrs. Coyote? Is that what I got? She's ignoring him. He wants all the muffins. I do want all the muffins. I am a muffin fiend. Did I catch on to that, or is that no? Oh, all right. You every time me. I don't. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Here, I thought I was being clever. finally, finally picking up on something that everybody else knew. Now, this isn't like a hard wax, right? You're not going to have the same hardness, I guess. This is strictly for protecting the wood and waterproofing it, giving it a longer lasting protection. You can just use mineral oil if you like. I don't. I've got a cutting board inside that I only mineral oil. I don't put board butter on it, but it's like my beater cutting board. She just likes getting the pretty stuff you make. That's fair. I know people like that. Oh, look, there she is. That's good for fishing. There we go. We got a nice finish. I'm rubbing around it. I don't have any like spots that I missed that are catching my hand in like a clump of wax, right? And then I'll generally go over it again to wipe it off later on because you're always going to, I'll wipe it off again. You're always going to have some wax that you kind of pick up. This one I put on a little too heavy. It is still technically drying, I guess, but we're going to see. Like you can see my paper towel is absorbing oil and wax, right? When you just fish it, you could probably knock a fish out with it. Probably just throw it at a fish, and I got to get some more shop towel or another uh, a couple of refills for the shop towel thing, which I just get these from Harbor Freight. Um, I don't know how many's in that tub on the wall. I should probably open it up and look. I'm gonna end up grabbing one, and it's gonna be the last one. And I'm gonna be like, "Damn it! I need two more." Yeah. So we're gonna wipe this off, and then I'm gonna grab a fresh towel. I put this on a little heavier than I should have. I don't do small boards like this, so I loaded up like I was doing that one. Smoke some sausage for the charcuterie board. Get at it. Hey, ain't nothing wrong with some smoked meats. Also, remind me, and I will show you how this CA glue fill that's not fill turned out. I kind of like it. The wax toned it down. It's not quite as shiny now, but when I was just the mineral oil, it had a nice clear look to it. And I do have a paper towel underneath these, so I'm spinning them around. It's on a paper towel. It's not sitting on this surface. Now, the board butter, you do not have to apply very often. You only really need to apply it once. You'll see the board looks dry. It looks used, right? If you're just cutting up dry stuff like bread or whatever and you're not washing it all the time, you can go quite a while before you have to reapply the board butter. Um, Now, if you are washing it, do not submerge it in water. Okay, you just soap and water on a rag, a dishcloth, give it a good wash, rinse it off real quick, let it dry. Okay, let it dry either vertically or put it up on its feet, right? Flip it over so it's face up. Let it dry thoroughly, then reapply the board butter. Ooh, pork belly. By a finger or two, I might. I might. Hey, hey. I almost had a heart attack when you were giving away my bread. I didn't realize that you were making bread for everybody. Okay. Grinch, do you have anything? All right. Wipe the excess off my hands. Give this a good feel. Top is still a little grabby. Do not put your cutting boards, your boards that I make at the very least, in your dishwasher. Don't do it. That's much better. That's good. That's real nice. Like it's got a nice feel to it. It doesn't feel waxy if you wipe it off proper. Like it's not dragging. It's not like you're touching a crayon or something, right? But it feels smooth. Scrooge McDuck. You can make him Grinch. Of course. Of course. Listen, this all started because they, meaning the Chaos Twins here, wanted to start decorating for Christmas a month ago. Right? And I was like, there's a whole other holiday between now and then. Right? I guess it wasn't a month ago. When was Halloween? It's when they wanted to start decorating for Christmas. Like, take down the scary skeleton and put up a Christmas hat. Like, that's like, no. We got a whole other holiday here. Opening day of rifle season is the first Saturday after Thanksgiving. I'll be in the woods. I'll come over and let you look at my deer. I'm in the bed of my truck, and then I'll be surprised by your Christmas decorations. Right? Chaos Twins. That's what they are, baby K. They're the Chaos Twins. Steph and Bex. You don't like it, but ain't worth fighting over. Listen, Coyote, you got to put your foot down somewhere, okay? Hear that, Sat? Yeah, the first Saturday after Thanksgiving. Then you can put up Christmas decorations. All right? There's an order to these things. Of course, I work that day. Hey, Woodlot, how you doing, buddy? in my colon. Sign in your steps. What up, Mike? How you doing, buddy? So we got this shaped. We did the second to last sand on it, right? I got to take it with me, and the one down here, I got to take them in with me to work tomorrow. Drop them off at the hardware store right next to the pub, and get glass made for them, cut for them. Booger mallet. Plywood. Listen, y'all be letting your ladies get out of hand, okay? No Christmas decorating until after Thanksgiving. This ain't Walmart. Oh, Lord. All right. I gotta get my what do you tell my wife with two black eyes? Joke income. You gotta know who the actual boss is. Goodbye, Earl. When you play at your funeral. That's awesome. I like it. Listen, there was a Christmas tree, a fake tree that looked realistic enough for me to be okay with it. Somebody already told her that's the place. I like it. Mike's gonna get me canceled. Baby K, it wasn't me. Mike did it. Mike did it, not me. I'm the boss. Are you though? Anyway, there was this tree that I was thinking about getting while I'm gathering up my my stoofs. I was only thinking about getting it because excuse me, it had built-in lights that I could change the color and pattern and stuff of. It had an app, right? Because of course it did. What Christmas tree doesn't have an app? And I was gonna get it and just leave it up year round. Just change the color for, make it red, white, and blue for 4th of July. Where are my little screws? There they are. 5/8. 5/8 will suffice. All right. So I'm just off camera here. I think I'm off camera. Yeah, I'm over here gathering up a bit. I think it's right here. Because, I throw my bits in this box of miscellaneous screws and nails and razor blades. Because I feel like that's a good place for them to go. All right, T15. And then I need a tiny, tiny, tiny drill bit to put in a little pilot hole. And I think that one right there will work. Do I use the 5/8 or do I use the 1 inch? I can't remember. Or 3/4 inch. Let me look. Doo, 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 doo. Those are 1 inch. Those are far too large. Oh, those are 1 inch. I must be out of 3/4. Bum. All right, 5/8 it is. Okay. I think this drill bit is fine. I really like. There it is, my smaller one. Number 6. There. That is much more agreeable. All right, so put that in there. Like I said, I used to have a jig. So we're going to eyeball this and see. Actually, what we're going to do is we're going to measure. Why not? I'll measure and put a little dot. How about that? Why the hell not? I can do this. We'll mark that. I'll lay this down. And then we will come in 1 inch up and 1 inch down. Let me put a tiny little dot. All right, so I need to put a little bit right there. Oh, let me look at the chat here. Let's see. Goes down to the gas station if needed after. Goodness. For free, I'll take it. Hell yeah. Hey, what up, New Roots? How you doing, buddy? Steph. Pick up a free joiner. Hell yeah. Baby kisses as he blocked, pretty sure. Oh my. Did you chase baby kisses away? You chase baby kisses away. So mean. I'll miss you, baby K. I don't know if you're still in here or not. I don't see you. Hey, Janelle, how you doing? There you are. I don't want one. Don't want one what? Yeah, you pet him. How you doing today, Janelle? How you doing? Okay. Yeah. I only pre-drill these because, I mean, this is cherry. It doesn't really have an issue with breaking or anything from the side. And I'm going into, oh man, that one's way off. Yeah, right there. But pre-drilling is always better than not. I mean, the one time you don't pre-drill would be the time that everything goes to hell in a handbasket. At least that's how it works for me. Plus, pre-drilling, I get to mark everything out and put the hole where I want it. God dang, I'm getting good at this. That dot was almost perfect both ways. All right. So here is one. I might as well put my feet on this one. That's probably a little too much, but we'll play with it. Where'd my feet go? Here's my feet. I need to order more feet. I need clear ones. I need black ones. I need to look at chat because I was talking to you guys and then just completely ignored you. What's up, random? Always prep your holes. I don't want a wrench. That's what I thought. No. First thing she talks about is poutine. No, I wasn't. I didn't mean to give you a wrench. These guys are hungry. Uh-oh. I don't know what poutine is. I have no idea. All right. So these feet that I get, the black ones anyway, they've got a little washer in there. I hope you can see that. So it allows me to push it down and sink it good. And I can over sink it. I can shove that washer straight through the bottom. Be a father for the third time. Hey, Random, I appreciate you, buddy. So it allows you to sink it and pull the rubber foot. These are a harder rubber, right? It allows you to pull it down tight, so you're not getting a bunch of liquids and stuff underneath the feet, which is a thing. It can happen, right? And you can see that's all the further my screw sticks out. Canadian fries. There we go. Perfect. 3 of these. Even one, the clutch set on one is too much for these screws. They don't grab really a lot. But I use these little rubber ones because they do allow me to, if my board isn't perfectly flat, I can adjust the feet up and down a little bit. Or if your board warps over time, you can adjust the feet a little bit. Or you can just sand a little bit off of it. All right. right. There we go. One board with feet. And we'll oil the top or wax the top. I don't know if my counter is flat. Yeah. So some places it rocks and some places it doesn't. So I'm assuming my countertop is not perfectly flat. It's fine. It's fine. It's not the end of the world yet. That's on Tuesday. I got the notification, in case anybody was wondering. The end of the world, Tuesday. What's up, Eco? How you doing, buddy? 14 new subs today? Hell yeah. I'll wait until I get my Adidas sponsor. Is Pilato in here? I think Pilato went to bed or whatever. Want some brass feet? So I do like brass. There are some nice brass ones. I like so I use the rubber ones. My clear rubber feet are a lot softer. They're grippier. I use the rubber ones just for the grip. I don't like where that puts that foot. So we are going to add a 1/4 of an inch. So here. Here. I'm okay with that. It's a little closer to the seam than I want, but I don't want it to look weird. Come all the way over here. All right. Let's drill these. All right. I need 4 more foots. What do I do with my foots? Oh man, there's my foots. Oh, I did. Oh yeah, roots. This might be a late live. Uh-oh. Five times more, though? Of course they are. I probably wouldn't use them for these cutting boards. You got to keep the cost down on these. You're looking nice. Thanks, Mainly. I appreciate you. Did I see? Did Janelle say something else after she popped in? Okay. Giving Dan more gray hair. Yeah, you fucking. I have no doubt. I have absolutely no doubt. How do I have 5 feet in there? I must have messed up a couple of feet, overdriving screws or something. Or I got one extra. I only have 5 feet left. I got to order some more. Have to do that tonight because foots are important. Okay. I put it over here where this one doesn't rock. Let's see. So actually, all right, in this area, it doesn't rock. I'm going to assume that this area is flat, level. Okay. So over here, I have a rock, like a substantial rock. But here in the middle, I don't. Well, this whole side of the table, I don't have a rock. So either this side's twisted or this side's twisted or the whole damn thing is twisted. We're gonna pretend that side's not twisted and this side is. Ultimately, it doesn't matter. You can go after it with a piece of sandpaper and fix it to your liking, or you can put it on a dish towel and you won't notice any rock. The 30-year-old boss, almost completely gray. Oof. You're a real Santa Claus. I'm ready to hang up garland because you're too short. Yeah. After rifle season. The first Saturday after Thanksgiving, I'll hang up garland for you. All right. Let us apply some board butter. Oh. I already have a board butter towel out. Apply board butter to the top of these. We'll hit this edge again. It's weird. They both rock the same way over here. But over there, they don't rock at all. I'll put them on my counter and my counter should be flat. Apply some board butter here and shoot the breeze. We're going to flip to a new side of this little paper towel. We're going to thin this down a little bit. Wipe it off. Shoot the breeze while it dries. I'll have some more coffee. I'm actually awake now. I was tired all day today. Stayed up too late last night. Steph kept me awake. She decided she needed to call me late at night. Talk to me about nonsense. It's all Steph's fault. Totally wasn't me at all. I would never do that. That seems way out of character. I'm not looking at chat because I don't want to see Steph fibbing and tell everybody that she was the one being kept awake. Steph has no tattoos? I don't think so. We're getting a bow now. Or a tiny bow. Did he give me wrinkles? I want to drag some of this over here onto this black walnut. Make sure I fill these pores in real good. As much as I can. Make sure I got good coverage. We'll hit the side. The corner. Okay. Slide that one over here. Listen, I don't know what kind of stories they're telling you in chat, but they're full of it. Normal size. It's a long random phone call. Yeah. Payback. All the talking I have to listen to her do. Disturbing my peace. Disturb her peace. Call her randomly. Oh no. There we go. only redoing this flat edge because first it was down on the table when I first did it. So I don't know that I got really good coverage on it. And I want to make sure I hit this little round over on here. There we go. Now we let it set. Same as before. I come over there, tell you that Steph is full of it. She's just trying to get me in trouble. Use pocket holes quite often. Is using pocket holes cheating? No. They've been using pocket holes for decades. Oh, damn, this is a closet dumb. I got a BLT in my fridge right now. It's going to be my dinner. Well, that and probably some buttered noodles because I really want some buttered noodles. Pocket holes for snacks. All right. I have antique furniture in my house right now that is made with pocket holes and flathead screws. Okay. Now, I've got another end table that is the same design, the same shape and everything, and it is made with all joinery. It's got dovetail legs. They slide into a dovetail slot. And they are both, so I don't know how old the other one is, but I got it because it looks the same. Just as you were saying it, right? They've been doing dovetail or pocket holes for decades. So it's not cheating because time. You know, in 40 years, 50 years, I'll go, if I'm still alive, I'll go, all right, CNCs have been around long enough. Maybe it's woodworking now. It's met the time requirements. My little dig trying to get people yakking. I know people love when I attack those CNCs. Saved a lot of time with joining the stones, right? We ran out of the bread she likes. I know somebody. She can whip you up some bread in no time. Swing by her house and pick it up. Or have her run it out to you at 2:00. The CNC would be way too efficient, right? Right? We don't do efficiency. If it's efficient, it's not real woodworking, damn it. It's got to be time consuming and run the risk of catastrophic mess ups every 14 seconds. Right, Bex? I sent that Italian herbs and cheese bread because I want some. How often do you actually measure twice? I never measure twice, ever. I measure 17 times because I got the brain of a fucking retarded squirrel. All right. And plywood does count because it's just a more stable form of wood, right? I've got plywood back here. Real sheets behind this flake board. I got plywood back there. We're going to be using on the next build. Oop. It's for Rickies that make mistakes. Hey, Barack. How you doing? Is that a turkey flag? I haven't seen turkey. I need that map. I need that global map. It needs to be a thing. We'll start putting little dots on it. What are we doing? Well, we're doing that in the first of the year. We're going to start over in the first of the year. As long as you have Bondo, mistakes are fine, right? Or if you want to be a professional, you just cut a wood plug to fix your mistake, right? Right? If it's not taking you a bunch of time, and then it's just not real woodworking. I'll just play it, guys. Or am I? You guys have watched me build stuff. I make mistakes all the fucking time. Why do woodworkers hate MDF so much? I don't hate it. It has its use. Structurally, it's garbage, but and it'll wick up moisture and ruin it. It's really great for jigs. It's awesome if you're going to paint it like cabinet door panels, the center panel. If it's not around a sink, right? Put a 1/4-inch sheet of MDF in there. All right, Plywood, have a good one, buddy. Thanks for hanging out, man. I appreciate you. We're just letting this, if you're new here, we're letting this board butter set up on here on these two boards so we can clean off the tops, and then those two boards are ready to be delivered. I didn't use the heat method. I'll think about using the heat on the letters. I just used the corner of the paper towel and cleaned out the letters pretty good. Once I get the tops cleaned up, I'll pick them up. I'll show them off. And I will show you. Actually, I'll show you right now. My I can do this without dropping it. There. I got air bubbles in there. It looks kind of like a water cave with like air bubbles. I was trying to avoid the air bubbles, but it looks like I got some in there anyway. It looks kind of like a little water cave. It's better to look at it in person. So it looks deep, but the wax did tone it down. It made it a little less clear. Yeah, templates. I mean, you don't get much flatter than that's a nice cave there, right? I think it turned out pretty cool. Would I do it on an expensive piece fill it with CA glue? No, I wouldn't. I was hoping that piece was going to get cut off, and I didn't want to have it in the middle of the board and end up running into it. So there's never too many clamps. Never. It all depends on what your workflow is, right? Like when I glue up a bunch of these at one time, I'm limited by the clamps that I have. Right? Because I only have so many clamps, which means I can only glue up so many of these boards at once. Now I will double up my boards in the clamps because I'll put a sacrificial piece of wood in here and it'll be longer, right? It's noticeably longer. And I'll put another glue up next to it and I'll clamp those both together at the same time. I don't make it. The board is not taller. It's actually a little shorter. Change your entire organization game. Oh, I don't know if I got 1/4-inch plywood right there. That, I think, is what we are going to use for the dividers in the little muffin rack thing. 35 blanks at a time. Yeah. What's the most I did? Because sometimes I can get away with just using 4 clamps, right? 2 up top and 2 on the bottom. So 2 boards per 4. I think I've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Where's the rest of them? There's only 10 over there. I have more than that. Oh, 10, 12, 14. The other ones must have fell down here. I have 16. I have 16 clamps, at least I think, for those panel clamps. So 2 per 4. That's what, 32 boards? No, not 32 boards. It's 4 boards. 4 boards I can clamp up at one time. Do I have to follow the rules? Obviously. Duh. How do you decide which part of the wood to show off or hide when making something? Um, Here's the thing. I like the way the grain looks. If there's something in it, like this has curl in here, and it's got these tones, these color variations. That's what I want to show off, right? So I will wait to use this until I can have it showing instead of using the edge, right? Can you see my face? That's a weird request. I don't ever show my face on camera. That's nonsense. This is a talking shoulder. Yeah, that's it. Right here. All I am is a shoulder. A shoulder, 2 hands, and a hat. And occasionally a foot when I knock the camera over. Like Wilson. You connect with the face? All right. All right. Here you go, Crunch. I feel like when I'm just standing here in the middle of the frame, I'm very self-conscious. So I tend to stand off to the side because you don't come here to look at me, right? You come here to at least see something wood related. So here's what we're working on at the moment. What is the most overrated wood species? Black walnut. Right. Man, that would have been a great persona to do on the channel, is to never show the face. Always have something like a mask on or something, or you just see my eyeballs all the time. Only come here to see it. Proud of the gray hair. White oak? You think white oak's? Well, white oak is overrated. I don't use it very often, so. Use weighted stickers for your cutting board? Oh. I'm stupid. Do what you want. I mean, all right. Like home improvement. Yeah. You did work very hard to give me the gray hair. You did. Yeah, that would have been a great persona to carry on. Just the eye, like from the nose up. Yeah, that would have been awesome. Awesome. Love the camo hat. Thanks, Chevy. I appreciate that. Something I refuse to make. I don't know that I've ever refused to make something. Just on principle. I learned a long time ago that I don't have to like what people order from me. They do. So I will do a lot of things that I don't like to do. Like stain cherry wood. Like I hate stain. I hate staining wood. Especially if you're gonna just stain it black, right? Like that's nonsense. I'd rather just make it out of pine, paint it. It's your order. You're gonna wait a while. Showing respect for fellow country boy. Cheers, buddy. I will refuse to make different projects at different times, just because the work doesn't line up with their time requirements. What up, Francois? How you doing, buddy? Long time no see, man. How are you? Yeah, I have sold this cutting board. I have sold, I don't know, sold and or given away probably 1,000 of these now. Probably really close to 1,000. And I don't do any carving. I don't do any of that stuff. That's not me. Um, 3 kids later, you're 50% great. Woodlot, it's the women. They do it. They are the ones that give the grays, I think. CNC enhances the quality. It's efficient. Allows you to do things you would either spend a lot more time on to do by hand or, with a hand router. It allows you to do a lot more. Right? CNC is an efficient tool. It's no different. I know I give CNC people a lot of shit. All right. I will always give CNC people a lot of crap because it's fun. I give you crap, you give me crap. That's how banter works. All right. But a CNC is no different than my laser. It's no different than my table saw. It's no different than this. Right. I'm not up here with a handsaw doing everything. Right. It's just a tool. Gives me the warm fuzzy. That's Grandpa's shotty. It's been retired. That guy call you an owl? I did not. Riley wants to play some Roblox. Hey, have fun, Roots. Have fun, buddy. I appreciate you coming in and hanging out. Everybody salute your old man. Cheers. Cheers. Since the 90s. The 90s is new, okay? I was alive then. This is new. This is new tech, okay? 90s were yesterday. All right. Don't expose IKEA. Supposed to say who? Oh, I get it now. So much respect for the old timers. It doesn't get much better than the old timers. It was a different time. Simpler times. At least looking back on them, simpler times. In 50 years, people will probably be looking back now going, man, those were simpler times. Said he called you old. I was born before the 90s, so I've been seeing a lot of things posted lately about the 90s and the 80s. How their kids nowadays are calling them the old days. Hell, I was born before internet, right? How many of you people out there were born before the internet? Born before Google? Yeah. I think most of us were born before Google. Most of us were born before the internet. Oh, at least most of us in this chat. We tend to lean more towards the older generations, which is perfectly fine. Definitely don't understand people nowadays, right? 86. I'm 40 years old, so 61. Cheers, Russell. Cheers, buddy. You got a few years on me. Steph is only 28. It's a PDF before it was a file. Born in the 70s. Really? That was 28 years ago? Huh. Your safety glasses or your regular glasses? I will use my regular glasses most times. I do have prescription safety glasses. They got the side shields. They sit a little closer to my face. They're bigger. I will use those when the the I feel the need arises. Stop it. Anyone could be. Confused about what, Chevy? Oh, people. Steph isn't a day over 24. You're right. I'm my bad. My bad. Born before calculators. I remember we were just talking about this today. Me and another old guy at work. Um, we got to be the same age. Um, talking to one of the younger kids. And they're like, you know what? I remember when I was in school in math, and they went, well, you got to know how to do this stuff in your head or write it out because you're not always going to be walking around with a calculator in your pocket. And then it's funny, this thing right here has more processing power than NASA had when we may or may not have sent somebody to the moon. I don't know. Either way, more processing power. And there's a calculator. You just have to check the moss on the trees to get to school. Any Christmas themed projects? I don't really have any. Um, older than dirt, but not quite as old as stone. All right, Roots, have a good one, buddy. Um, I don't generally do themed builds like holiday builds. Excuse me. I did that early on when I first started. I would stock up on Christmas stuff, on Halloween stuff, on Easter, and things like that. And then I started realizing that I did make like spiral Christmas tree things, spiral trees, but they're not really Christmas. They're just a plain tree. You can paint them however you want. If you want it to be Christmas, you can be Christmas, or if you just want to set them out year round, you can set them out year round. I got some right behind you guys here. Um, but I was having a lot more stuff sitting around, and I was spending a lot of time making the stuff. So I decided that I had a name out there. I was getting enough orders that I didn't really have to try to push items. But I will custom make something for people, right? So it's 9 years for senior. That sounds about right, Woodlot. Just moving place to place. That's the life. It's in the cup. Be honest, you don't want to know, Daniel. It's just coffee tonight. No, I don't. I said that's the life, and I didn't even read the first half of that comment. My apologies, Chevy. The second half of that comment's the life. I want to be a grown up yet. Listen, I wish I wasn't a grown up. Bills suck. Being an adult is overrated. Favorite energy drink? I drink a Ghost. I like the America Pop, and is it America Pop, Rocket Pop, whatever it is, red, white, and blue. And I like the oranges and cream. Spend the rest of your days in Norway. That sounds like a nice place. Norway seems pretty cool. It looks really nice too. How many milligrams of caffeine per day? I used to drink 4 or 5 energy drinks a day, plus coffee, plus pop, plus a whole bunch of crap. And I drink usually 1 pop a day during the week. Sometimes I don't even drink that. And 1 energy drink a day. And I do the Ghost, they're sugar free. I think. I think they're only like 200 milligrams of caffeine. Plus, I have a couple of cups of coffee. Oh, I remember when I worked 2 full-time jobs. I'd pop those caffeine pills like they were going out of style just to stay awake. I'd work third shift. I'd work third shift, and then I'd work day shift, and then I'd go to bed. And I'd get up and do it all over again. Ain't nothing wrong with that, Chevy. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I drink because drowns out my demons. I'm just kidding. I don't know, nothing wrong with people who don't drink. Everybody does their own thing. I drink to sleep. Yeah, coffee is definitely necessity in life. It's not necessary for me. It's necessary for people around me. It is a caffeine addiction, no matter how you look at it. Waking up, having to have a coffee, right, to start your day, that's an addiction. Probably one of the healthiest addictions you could possibly have. My slogan is for your safety. Right, Woodlot? All right. Let us. There's a guy at work. I don't have anything against um, people who partake in a particular plant, right? It's not for me. I don't care, right? It doesn't affect me. I don't give a shit. Um, there's a guy at work that we were talking about vices one night after work. And after work, sometimes we'll hang out, we'll have a couple of beers, shoot the breeze for a bit. Usually on like a random day where you just, like a Wednesday or something, you just kind of want to have a little mini weekend break. And the one guy, he came out to join us, and we were talking about vices, and he said, "Oh yeah, I need to toke. If I don't toke, I can't function. I, I'm, a, I can't function, and with my day, I got to start my day off with this, and then I'm just nobody wants to be around me because I'm just angry, snap real easy." And I'm like, "Bro, that's the definition of an addiction. You know that, right?" And he went, No, you can't be addicted to this. It's a plant." I'm like, so's a cigarette. it's a, you're literally describing an addiction. I can't start my day without it. I am unbearable when I don't have it. That's the definition of addiction. He's also one of those people that says it cures everything. I don't know. Maybe it does. Maybe it doesn't. I have no idea. All right. We're going to let that set for a few more minutes. 6 more coats of butter. Moonshine and beer. Yep. Listen, I drink. That's what I do. I drink and I'm happy about it. I'm a functioning person. I'm a functioning member of society. I pay my bills. Excuse me. I feel like I earned that ability. Which is why I don't care what other people do, right? I never understood the need to criticize somebody for what they do in their off time, right? As long as you're not, as long as you're a functioning member of society, right? Like you're not just a laying on a street corner somewhere, then fucking do what you want. That's how I look at it. There we go. These boards are done. Right, I'll pick up the small one for you. There we go. There's a good look at the board. Right? So there's the cutting surface. You can see it's got a little bit of a shine. That's the wax. Right? It's kind of like a satin. Right? Here's the side with the little window. There's the bottom. You can see a good look in that grain or in that engraving. There's the other side. There you can see the end. Right? Nice even coat. There you got a good look at the profile. I like that shape of board. I don't cut handle holes, right? Because you don't need handles, right? It's a fucking cutting board. You just need somewhere to be able to grab it. Okay. You're not picking it up and carrying it around with slimy hands, right? It doesn't happen. It sits somewhere, you use it, you go about your day, you take it over and clean it. All right. So the bevel gives you a place to grab it, plus it's on feet. So you can grab it, pick it up. There you go. Right. You don't need handle holes. I don't put them on anything. And then here's the big one. All right. We got the same kind of sheen, same pattern. Don't ever do that. All right. No little window on this one. See the engraving. Same kind of sheen. The engraving obviously doesn't have that sheen. Oh, here's the end grain. Nice uniform color. There's the profile of this one. This one has a 45-degree angle bevel cut on it. Right? Everything's nicely smooth, rounded. No sharp edges that are going to splinter and get dented and damaged. That's a cutting board, right? So these are thick enough. You can chop on them. You can beat them up. And then you can sand it, right? You don't like it looking all chopped up and nasty. Got you. Get some 220 sandpaper, sand it, reapply mineral oil, reapply board butter. Done. Now you got a brand new board. All you had to do is get some 220 sandpaper. What's up, Hinton? Right? It ain't a serving tray. Blunt force trauma. Thanks, makers. I appreciate that. Thanks, guys. Oops. Impromptu live, getting frustrated with Fusion 360. Oof. Good work. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that, baby K. What are we making? Hinton, we got our board butter and our feet on our sister boards, right? The Chaos Twins boards. We did the sand and shaping on with our splines on our flag case frame. I'm taking it in to get glass put in it tomorrow. We did a quick sand at 220. I will sand it more after it comes back, take care of any dings and scratches. You make your own butter? Yes, I do. You finish that cradle yet? Yep, that thing has been delivered, signed, sealed, delivered, and occupied. Yes, I make my own board butter. It's right there's my current can. I got to get new ones to put the new logo on them and stuff. But it's a 3-ounce tin. Right? It's literally just mineral oil and beeswax. You have to forgive me. I can't remember the exact ratio. I have it written down. It's in the house. And beeswax and coconut oil. Yeah, coconut oil works just fine. I can't remember the exact ratio. I make mine a little thinner than some people do, 1-to-1 by weight. I think mine. You know what? I don't think I've ever measured or weighed mine. I'm gonna have to check into it. I'm gonna when I make my next batch, I'm gonna measure it or weigh it and see what I end up with. But I do make mine a little thinner than some people. It's more like a thin beard wax, right? And it like a very thin beard wax. Hey, Kevin, how you doing, buddy? Thanks for popping in. You're making the rocking chair for your better half? When am I making the rocking chair? I'm making it for me, first of all, unless somebody wants it. I might donate it. I don't know. And that is going to be when I can acquire the white oak. Right now, I'm having a hard time getting the white oak. But it's going to be the build after this kitchen island. Doubles as a skin product. Yeah, I'm just rubbing mine on my hands now. It works wonders for that. It does also work in the beard. It doesn't do the wax properties that beard wax does, like holding everything kind of firm, but it does oil the beard well. The putting essential oils in it was something that I toyed around with. Stuff like I like cedar scent and stuff. That's why you switch from mineral to coconut. Yeah, that makes sense. Does coconut oil go rancid? Being as it's a fruit oil, a seed oil. It's a coconut's a seed, I guess. Does it ever go rancid? I've never really worked with coconut oil. It's gonna be mobile or fixed in place. It's gonna be mobile. Yours hasn't? All right. I might have to do a batch with coconut oil and see how it turns out. I went with mineral oil and purified beeswax strictly so I can avoid 99% of any kind of allergies, right? But I guess there are people that are allergic to any kind of bee product. So in that case, don't buy a fucking board from me or tell me and I won't wax it. I'll just oil it. Some go rancid, some don't. Yeah, I always figured if it was a natural oil, that it would go rancid. Use local beeswax. I get mine online. The local beeswax I get is the yellow bricks, and it doesn't make the board butter white. It makes it more yellowish. But I found that when I went to a show and I would have my board butters out and people would buy them, people bought the white board butter about 70% more often than they bought the the board butter made with the yellow wax. Um, and I mean, it's the same wax. It just has the yellow stripped out of it. Canny wax instead of beeswax. Yeah, I guess that's true, Woodlot. I can. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't think there's no difference between the two, logically. They would mix in the mineral oil exactly the same way. And no bee allergy kind of stuff. But I can't, I mean, you can never be 100% sure that you will not be that you'll be allergy free in the stuff you make. I know there's people that are allergic to black walnut wood. Some people have very aggressive reactions to just touching the black walnut. Yeah, candy wax is very hard, but I imagine you're diluting it with the mineral oil, so I wonder if it would turn out the same. You might have to use less of it. And then some people will have an allergic reaction or a reaction. I don't know if it's an allergy, but they'll have a reaction to just black walnut sanding dust, right? I will get itchy. Okay. It'll just be itchy when I'm sanding black walnut. If I'm doing it for a very long time and I'm out here and I don't have any kind of filtration, I'm just in the black walnut dust. I'll also get a stuffy nose. Like, it doesn't happen with any other wood dust, only black walnut. So there's something in it that my body is not happy about. And some people have a very severe reaction to it. Some people have an allergic reaction to cherry, which is what I use 99% of the time. So 3:30 comes too soon. All right, Woodlot. Thanks, buddy. I appreciate you coming and hanging out tonight. Thank you. I am out of coffee. I think I'm going to have a beverage. Oh, look at that. I got one right there. All ready for me. Right in the door. We'll use a blue koozie tonight. Is half of the Black Plague in the name? There you go. It'd suck to be allergic to wood, right? People allergic to seafood are usually allergic to nuts too. Huh. Really? You know what? I wonder if this is just a thought here. Out of coffee, right? I'm out of coffee out here. I only brought one Yeti cup out with me. So here's a thought. If you have, like, let's say you're allergic to nuts in general. Well, a walnut tree is a nut tree. Oak trees are nut trees. Would it be possible that you have an allergic reaction to the wood as well? Or is that nonsense? I mean, if the nut comes from the tree, the fruit comes from the tree, logically, whatever's in the fruit is also in the tree somewhere, in some fashion. Right? Or is that nonsense? Holds half a pot. I got my big Yeti in the house. But it's not a 32 ouncer, or a 30 ouncer, I don't think. I think it might be maybe 24 ounce. She has walnut trees, hasn't bothered her yet. See, I don't know if I'm going to have to look into that. I don't know if there's a correlation there. There might be a correlation. I don't know. That's just something that my brain put together. The proteins in them. Okay. See, that would make more sense because then the proteins aren't in the wood. They would just be in the fruit. Pardon me. Maybe it's entirely nonsense. But I do know people have allergic reactions to wood. Black walnut and some exotics are the ones that I see the most often. So if somebody gets a cutting board from me, I, cost savings, I use little bits of black walnut, unless they want a black walnut board and then they're paying more than $75. Um, so I do everything I can to keep my cost of these things down so that I can sell them at a good price, what I feel is a good price for a good product. So if somebody does know that they have an issue with black walnut, then some people don't. Some people don't know. The stuff's only in the fruit and pollen. I got you. Then again, maybe it's just the dust is an irritant. Maybe it's not an allergic reaction. Maybe it's a reaction to, I don't know, it's just an irritant. People get affected differently on it. I know I get itchy. I get a stuffy nose when I'm sanding and I'm working with it. I don't have my mask on. Walnut dust is hard. Yeah. Walnut dust is right. It's the worst dust, I think. But it is what it is. Red cedar will bother people too. Yeah. I did hear that about different cedars. I didn't know about red cedar. I did heard Spanish cedar. Spanish cedar would affect people. So I mean it's all cedar. So I guess it would stand to reason that. Yeah, black walnut's a hardwood. So is maple. I mean, all the woods that I use except for pine are hardwoods. But black walnut is a much harder wood. In the order that I have here, it's cherry is the softest, then it's black walnut, and then it's hard maple. Never heard of Spanish cedar. Is it Spanish cedar? Maybe I'm wrong. No, it's Spanish cedar, I think. Milwaukee or DeWalt. I have both. I have more DeWalt than anything, but that's because that's the battery platform I want. I don't want to buy 800 different chargers and batteries for different tools. Also, DeWalt makes a lot of stuff. They got a table saw, we got routers, we got a fan, we got a bunch of hand tools. I got a planer behind you. One of what I think is one of the best, is a lunchbox style tabletop countertop planers, 13 inches. It's one of the best you can buy at the price point. You can go up to better brands. They generally cost a little more. Festool, I have no Festool and no intentions on getting Festool unless I was doing enough stuff that would justify the cost. I see now I'm second guessing myself against this about the Spanish cedar. But the cedar thing is the oils in the cedar, right? So yeah, buy once, save money. Listen, I have never subscribed to the buy once, cry once theory that seems to permeate every facet of life. Everything from mechanics. Oh, if you buy Snap-on, yeah, it's going to cost you $100 for a 10 millimeter socket, but you only have to buy it once. Bullshit. First of all, second of all, I can buy a bunch of other. Getting our nose. I can buy a bunch of other tools, and I think professionally, Snap-on is a crock. It's no longer the quality it used to be. The few Snap-on things I own, I break more often than anything else. I break the Snap-on stuff more often. I break the Harbor Freight stuff that I have, and those are beater tools. I got those specifically to beat them with a hammer, or cut them, or modify them. Festool is higher priced. I have my random orbital palm sander back here. There's a DeWalt. I've been using that particular sander is like, I don't know, 5 or 6 years old. And it cost me, I don't know, $30. And it does exactly what a Festool sander would do. That cost a lot more. Like, I've never subscribed to that buy once, cry once theory. I think it's a crock of crap and nonsense. I think the intelligent way to go is to buy whatever you can afford, the best you can afford for a project that you have coming up. Don't just buy tools willy-nilly because, everybody on YouTube has a planer. I've never once used one, so I need to go buy one. Otherwise, I'm not a real woodworker, right? Don't do that. Buy a tool because, hey, I'm going to do this project. And for this project, I want to use this wood. To use this wood, I need to get a planer. I need to get a table saw, right? I need to get something. Then buy the best one that you can comfortably afford and upgrade it when you can afford to, when it makes sense. That's my logic, right? And if you upgrade it to Festool, more power to you. I would never fault somebody for. Yeah. Yeah, if it's a specialty, I do that at work too, for my day job. If I only needed to work once, I'm going to go buy the cheapest version that I feel safe using. That's it. What I will typically do, though, is like I'll buy a sander. All right. I'll use it for a while. If I don't feel like I got my money's worth out of it, then I'll buy a more expensive version. But in this day and age, price does not always equate to quality, right? It used to be, excuse me, the general consensus was if you spend more, you're going to get a better quality item. It's not always the case anymore. In fact, it's almost never the case anymore, in my experience. I have several. That's Grandpa's up there. And yes, their Festool storage system it's very nice. It really is. Yeah, Shopsmith went out of business, right? Didn't they shut down? I thought I had just heard about that. That's sad. Shopsmith system was really cool. Yeah, labor is most of the price of the tool. Yeah. I mean, listen, the only reason that you can I don't think that stuff necessarily costs more. If you were to go, go to, I don't know, compare your price to the 50s. People do it with houses all the time. I have a lot, Caden. In the Grandpa bought this with 2 sticks of chewing gum, some pocket lint, and a nickel he found on the street. Got 40 acres and a mule. Great. Now it costs $1 million. But inflation has also devalued our dollar. That's kind of what inflation does. Right? That's the only reason, well, that's one of the reasons that prices go up. Under Nick Cup's leadership. Of course they did. Yeah, that makes sense, Coyote. Yeah, I thought that I had heard a little bit about they went into debt. Weren't they debt free for a long time? And then I tell the Chaos Twins when I want to get off. and they monitor my time. Like tonight, I want to get off about 10. So never listens to us. I mean, sometimes I do. Oh, I thought they were debt free. I thought that's what I'd heard. They were debt free, and then they wanted to expand and do a bunch of stuff, and they took a ton of debt. But I mean, I guess if you had a few $1,000s worth of debt, and then you jump to a few $100,000 worth of debt, that few thousand would be like debt free. Oh, has it been that often? Damn. I did not know that. I don't, deep dive into companies very often. I will deep dive into some of them if they're making claims that are nonsense. Back to the tool thing, though. If you want to buy all Festool stuff, I will never fault you. Never. I also would like all really nice tools. If your toolbox, you're a mechanic and your toolbox is nothing but Snap-on, good for you. Their 50-year anniversary. Oh, nice. I seen a couple up on Marketplace, a couple of Shopsmith items, and I noticed, like, I've been seeing Shopsmith stuff up on Marketplace on the used market. And I noticed that after they announced they were going out of business, the prices almost doubled around me. Now people think that it's a rare item. You're not going to be able to get it again. This tool here, they don't make these anymore. Yeah. Now, if you're, what's up, Bearded? How you doing, buddy? Thanks for popping in. Cheers to the UK. I mean, if you like, that's the thing. Like, I would love a domino. I really would. I believe their patent is up on it very soon, so you're going to get the domino and other versions here really soon. But I would love a domino just for its ease of use, but I can't justify getting one because I wouldn't use it enough to pay for it. Right? I always try when I buy a big ticket item, I always try to look at, all right, do I just want to buy this $8,000 whatever? I don't know, table saw. Do I just want to buy this because it's fancy and expensive and it makes me feel good? Or am I going to buy this because it offers me something that I'm not going to get in anything else from another brand for a cheaper price? And how long will it take me to pay for that item doing work? Like, my shop has to support itself. I don't want to support my shop. I did that in the beginning. Now my shop supports itself. It's much better that way. So if I can justify buying a tool, I will buy it. Now, of course they did. I mean, of course they don't want anybody else to have it. But we do have a bunch of different copycat type stuff out there. All right, BK, have a good night. We'll be heading off here really shortly. I've paid it off with muffins and bread. Not even close. $4 a muffin? You got a lot of muffins to make. And what's a loaf of bread cost? Like $2? Listen, I get the cheap loaves of bread from Wegmans. They're like $1.25. You got a lot of bread to make. $6 from the bakery? No, no. Those aren't the muffins I bought, though. Also, those bakery muffins are like this big. They're like softballs. Listen, you're not a corporation where you get to do shrinkflation and then trick me into thinking that I'm getting more than I had before. All right. I know the Snickers bar is fucking 2 inches shorter than it used to be and half as dense. Right. Cost twice as much. Yeah. Of course they figured out a way to hold on to it. I mean, nobody wants to let their patents go. That's what you bargained for. Yeah. Yeah, I got two of you now. I don't even know what the hell that is. All right, country. Have a good night. I'll be heading out of here very shortly. We got about what 3-4 minutes here. Snowy, I don't even know what vegetable agriculture agenda is. Do I support growing vegetables? Yes, sure. I like to eat vegetables. It's a shocker, I know. If it's something stupid, then I don't know, man. I'm talking about food because now I'm hungry. Right? Harbor Freight loose tenon machine. Do they make one? Or are you just hoping that the patent expires and Harbor Freight will come out with one like 2 days later? I bet that there are a ton of companies right now that are just itching for that patent to expire so they can go ship. We made a fuck ton of these. Ship them now. Let's sell them. Do a flip? Nah, I don't want to. Which vegetable? Oh, all of them. I don't know. I'm not 6. I eat vegetables. I don't know. Would you look at how pretty they are? You can only see the edge of that one. All right. Ignore that one. There. Now you can see most of that one. Listen, I am picky about my tomato, but a tomato is not a vegetable. Where's I support agriculture? I don't know. Listen, man, I don't know what the hell nonsense you're talking about, but without agriculture, you starve. Okay. That's all I'm going to say. Like, your food isn't made at the store. Okay. It comes from somewhere, typically a farmer or a rancher. I guess they're technically farmers. The day after the lawyers give them the thumbs up, right? Farmer, what is this you speak of? I don't. You're one of those people who thinks that Walmart grows your or your food is made at Walmart, just shows up on the shelf one day. Beans? Yeah, I eat beans. Probably still have a picture of it somewhere. Right, Coyote? Yeah. Don't put your tomatoes in my fruit salad, all right? This is not happening. All right, Kevin, have a good one, buddy. I appreciate you hanging out with me tonight. We'll be heading out of here as soon as I finish this. It's 10 o'clock now. I want to get this finished, and then I'm gone. Salsa is a tomato-based fruit salad. I love it. That's hilarious. Yes, tomatoes are a fruit. I know. It's a shocker because people plant them in their vegetable garden. It's rough. That's rough. But it's a fruit. Also, I used to eat tomatoes like they were apples. Some salt, grab a tomato off the vine, just munch tough. Oh, those were the days. That was when I was a kid and I get kicked out of the house after breakfast, and you're allowed to come back at night when you have to come back at night when the street lights come on, or you miss dinner. you just you just be a group of kids roaming around eating whatever food you can find on the ground, just growing up there in the wild. Ah, the good old days. Or somebody's mom would feed you. Somebody's mom would leave out sandwiches and chips or something. Those little bottles of colored juice. What are they? Hugs or something? A little thing that looks like a little barrel. Simpler times. Play in the creek all day. Chase crayfish, crawdads, whatever. The good old days. And we're gonna do this Q&A sticker. Let's put it up here. Hey, up here, I said. There you go. That was the suggestion for try this. I don't know. There's 13 of you in here. Fucking answer it. What the hell is the crunchiest food? Peanut brittle's pretty crunchy. You could chew on a jawbreaker. Something will crunch. Chips. Chips are pretty crunchy. But are they the crunchiest? Croutons? Toffee? Isn't toffee peanut brittle? It's the same thing, just with peanuts in it. Yeah, we do have to. You do have to turn the volume up when you're eating or salad with croutons. The crunching is really loud. Cracklins, uncooked spaghetti, sourdough pretzels. Yeah. The Fritos, the little spiral things that they make. They look like those. They look like noodles. Those are fucking rock solid for some reason. Yeah, I mean, I forgot about cracklins. Yeah, those are pretty crunchy. It's not the same without nuts. See, I'm one of those people. I'm weird. I don't like nuts in my food. Like people put like walnuts in their brownies. That I don't like nuts in my brownie. I want a brownie. If I wanted to chew my brownie, like crunch it, then I wouldn't have a brownie. Lost some teeth on bones. Oof. I don't. I may be wrong, but I don't think you're supposed to eat the bone. I mean, technically, you can eat the marrow. I guess that's good for you. Yeah, I don't want. If I want nuts, I'll eat nuts. If I want other food, I'll eat the other food. I don't ever mix the two. That's just weird. People put. I bought a salad, like a pre-made salad from the store one day to have as like a quick lunch. It was summer. It was hot as hell. I just needed something to eat. And I get this salad, and there was nuts in it. I'm like, the fuck is it? Who puts nuts in a salad? For crying out loud. I also do not like grapes in my salad. Ew. Now, if I want fruit, I'll eat fruit. I don't like to mix my fruit and my vegetables unless it's a tomato. Oatmeal cookies with black walnuts. Listen, I love me some oatmeal raisin cookies. Also, oatmeal scotchies. My favorite cookie of all time. I like them both hard, like thin and hard. I'll dunk them in my coffee and I'll eat them that way. Or the kind of puffier, softer ones. Oh. Astronaut ice cream. Oh, freeze dried ice cream. Man, that used to be a thing. I don't know if you can buy it anymore. It used to be a big thing. You could get this astronaut ice cream. Croutons. Yeah, croutons are definitely crunchy. Yep. Steph said that earlier. Croutons. I'll swipe some lumpy cookies for you this weekend. Nice. Dippin' Dots. Are they crunchy? They're not crunchy. Are they? It's not everywhere, but like back in the day. Yeah. Yeah, I'd imagine the companies still exist. I always thought Dippin' Dots were too cold to have any flavor. They didn't like if you're just eating them right away, like as soon as you get them, they're too cold. They don't really have any flavor. No crunch other than your wallet, right? I mean, I guess you got to pay for that nitrogen, or what? Liquid nitrogen? Is that what they use to freeze the ice cream spray for Dipping Dots? I think it's liquid nitrogen. Yeah, they have like no real flavor. They say they're flavored. You get chocolate, vanilla, or that mixed bag or whatever. I don't. I don't think I've ever had a Dippin' Dot that had a flavor. I don't get them very often. I usually get them like once a year. I'd be like, oh, Dippin' Dots. I'll get a little fucking $15 tiny little bowl. Why not? Let's see. I'm trying to think of other crunchy foods. That's what astronaut ice cream is? No, astronaut ice cream's not Dippin' Dots. It's freeze dried. Dog biscuits. you're you're not wrong. My dog, he used to get biscuits, and I changed him to. He's old now, so his teeth are worn down. I changed him up to those little begging strips. But every now and then I'll get him one of those bones that has like meat on it. Still, you buy from the pet store, and it's like it must be a rib bone because they're like wide and flat. Dude will just crunch that thing nonstop. Nachos. Yeah, I know, right? I want nachos. Steph, tomorrow for a movie snack, nachos. Or for dinner. Easy dinner. Easy dinner. Nachos. Listen, dinner and a movie. Listen, it can be both. It can be dinner and a snack later. Okay. I'm just saying, if you make enough nacho or what a taco fucking meat, you can have both. What up, Steve? How you doing, buddy? We watch a Christmas movie? All right. Do you want to watch a Christmas movie? I'll watch a Christmas movie. It's got to be a Hallmark movie, all right? I don't want none of this new age shit that they're trying to break away from the Hallmark blueprints, right? Pourquoi no las dos? I have no idea what that means. Your wife's cakes can get pretty crunchy. I am so sorry. As long as it doesn't put you to sleep. No. You need Listen, if you're gonna watch a Christmas movie, they have a theme. Every Christmas movie is the same. Well, the Hallmark movies, they're the same. Big city girl or guy goes on a silly little trip to someplace in the country, breaks down, goes to clean out her long lost third cousin's house after he passed away, whatever, meets small town boy or girl that owns a little bakery or a Christmas tree stand that somehow sold 4 trees and can maintain a fucking 3,000 acre property off of those 3 trees alone. And then by the end of the movie, they're married. All right. On Christmas. They get married on Christmas. these these are the rules to Hallmark movies. So there is so I have a Samsung TV and they have a thing. Samsung has TV channels like Pluto, right? Where a channel is like, I don't know, Ancient Aliens, and that's all they'll play. One channel is, I don't know, Stargate, and that's all they'll play. There's a Hallmark channel on the Samsung station. I think there's a Hallmark channel on the Pluto station too. And it's, I mean, you've seen all the movies before, all right? We're all old enough. We've seen all the fucking movies. Woodsville, come December, that's the channel I turn on and I leave it on all day long. All right. I don't watch a whole lot of TV, but tis the season. Okay. There are traditions. These things work. Yes, they must follow a certain plot. Steph the other day was watching a movie that was the opposite of a Hallmark movie. It, like the two people who were getting divorced got back together in the town. They didn't fuck off and meet other people. No, they got back. That was wrong. Like, I mean, it was good, I guess, but it was not a Christmas movie. What is the season? It's not the season for decoration. Listen, I'll turn on the Hallmark channel in June. All right. I'll watch a Hallmark movie in June. Don't judge me. Listen, Christmas is the best season. All right. It really is. It's the best holiday time frame. No, that movie was terrible. It's not how Hallmark movies are supposed to be. It's not how Christmas movies are supposed to be. There is a plot. This is tradition. You don't mess with tradition. Right? What was that? It was on Netflix. They were trying to be different, edgy. They went, oh, everybody's busting Hallmark's balls about these Christmas movies. We're going to be different. We're going to do everything the opposite. This is the shittiest movie ever. I'd rather watch paint dry. Yeah, Christmas is a good time. I enjoy Christmas. I'm not a big fan of commercial Christmas, right? That started like 2 months ago. But the season. Finally, hey. It's fine in moderation. All right. After Thanksgiving and up until the end of January, even put up all the Christmas decorations you want. But there's a fucking time and a place, and it's not in July. All right. Merry Christmas. You're a little early there, Richard, but I guess you're the first. You're the first. Nobody can say that you weren't first on this channel, at least, to say Merry Christmas. Nobody will ever come in here and be like, first to say it. Yeah. Be like, nope. Back on November 20th, Richard did it. Of course you are. That's what she said. All right. So now that I got Steph and Bex all worked up, they're going to try to con me into decorating for Christmas tomorrow. You knock that nonsense off. Knock it off right now. Those emoticons should not even be on your top 20. It's not time yet. Happy New Year. Listen, I could do New Year celebrations on January 2nd. Okay. We could, let's be honest. Every year just sucks more than the last one. In some fashion. There's something that happens that makes the next year go, this is going to be a great year. Ah, fuck. Ruined it. It's January 4th and this day is over. Or this year is already ruined. Like, with you as a present. This is going to be my year. Well, fucked it. All right, let's get rid of this thing. That's annoying. Thing pops up all the time. All right, guys. I'm going to head out. Y'all have a great night. I will be back in probably Sunday. We're going to do a bunch of work. We are going to get started on the kitchen island build. 2026 is the year. Just know it. Really? That's true, Richard. That's true. The older you get, the faster the years go. When I was a kid, Christmas was forever away. Felt like a lifetime. And then it was over like that. Now, I'm pretty sure yesterday was Christmas. Cost me enough money. All right, guys. I'll be back in on Sunday. I'll probably do an earlier stream. On Sunday, we'll go for a longer time because I want to get a bunch of work done. At least get a bunch of stuff cut. If not, start assembly. So we'll see you all Sunday if I don't catch you in other people's streams. Till then, have a great night. And don't put up Christmas decorations yet. All right. See you guys.